Welcome to the 12 Principles of Permaculture. This is a podcast style series here on Instagram where I go through each one of the 12 permaculture principles implemented by David Holmgren, one of the founders of permaculture. And I talk about how we not only perceive those principles, but how we implement them here on our farm for a more efficient and environmentally friendly homestead. We're going to start with principle number 1, which is observe and interact. This beautiful picture you see here is currently my lower pasture. When I first moved in, I wanted to turn this into a market-style garden. It's got fertile soil from when this farm was a cattle farm in the 1950s. It's full sun. Guess what? It's also a major floodplain. If I had gone ahead and turned this into a garden space, it would have been a massive waste of time, energy, and money. Thank God I didn't, and I put the garden elsewhere. Other things, I wanted my old historic 1775 barn to be the horse stable. Turns out it would have been a logistical nightmare. Thank God I waited and I thought it through and I observed the ins and outs of getting in and out of that stable, and I decided to put it elsewhere. We turned a 3-stall car garage into the stable that we have today. Over the next couple of years, I would learn how the water ran down the hillsides that encompass most of our property, and I would learn how to catch that water, which is what led to the recent catchment pond that I installed. So those are some of the ways that we've interpreted the observe and interact principle. Thank you so much for joining me for this first podcast style episode here on Instagram. In the next post, which will be principle number 2, we will cover more of our take on each of the 12 principles on our homestead. Thank you for tuning in.